early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Scotch Plain Fanwood High School's 2007 commencement. It is with great pleasure that I greet you on this special occasion. We are here to congratulate these young people for completing their high school career. Seated behind me are members of the Board of Education. These people have worked tirelessly to provide our students with a quality education. Also in the audience are representatives from the Scotch Plains and Fanwood Councils. I would also like to recognize the presence of many faculty members here this evening. All of these people have contributed to the quality of our schools in some way. I thank all of them for being here this evening. In the past 4 years, all of you in the class of 2007 have faced many personal as well as academic challenges. You will continue to face even greater challenges as you leave high school for the next phase of your life. In her book entitled The Measure of Our Success, Marian Wright Edelman gives her readers 25 lessons to live by. I've chosen some of these lessons to present to you, the class of 2007, as a challenge for your future. My first challenge to the graduates is don't be afraid of taking risks or of being criticized. It was once said, if you don't want to be criticized, don't say anything, do anything, or be anything. We can't be afraid of failing. The number of times we fall does not matter. What is important is that we get back up. The people that learn from their mistakes become the most successful. My second challenge to the class of 2007 is to be confident that you can make a difference. Get to know your strengths and weaknesses and use them to your advantage. What you do can and will make a difference. Never stop learning and improving your mind. You must become a lifelong learner. Your high school education has provided you with a foundation. What sits on that foundation will be determined by you. I urge everyone to never be afraid of hard work. The most successful people in this world are not necessarily the most intelligent. It is the diligent, hardworking people that rise to the top. Strive to be a can-do, will-try person. Focus on what you have, not on what you don't have. What you can do, rather what you cannot do. The power of positive thinking can go a long way. Finally, be in charge of your own attitude. The only person you control is yourself. It's not what is done to us that matters, but rather how we take what is done to us. This class has experienced many great achievements in the classroom, on the athletic field of play, in music, and through many of our academic clubs and organizations. I expect great results from the class of 2007. Your class has 370 members that have completed the requirements for graduation. Of that, 94.6% will be attending college or technical school next year. 2.7% will seek employment, and there are 2.7% that have indefinite. It has been a true pleasure to be your principal, and I wish all of you success. It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class, Karina DeMare.
Good evening, class of 2007. Can you believe we're graduating? It's been a long road, but these 13 years of education and experience have definitely empowered us to create our own future. I am sure that the generations that look to us to defend their social security will not be let down. I hope that you are all proud of everything you have accomplished to arrive at this milestone. You are all excellent. No matter your future personal plans, be sure to set goals for yourself. As you do this, figure out how to reach them. You all have the power to act, but you must find within yourself the motivation. Along the way, define your beliefs, but be open to others, and you will swoop over all obstacles. With these tools in hand, your goals, your drive, and your beliefs, you will inevitably find success. Should any individual stand in your way saying, "You won't," don't tolerate that talking. You will know exactly what to tell them. In this world, it seems that if you look for scorn or pessimism, you will find it. So don't allow room for negative influence to creep into your life. Remember that the people you see on this stage and in these bleachers, and most importantly, surrounding you, are your fan club. They all believe in you. When you need a little support or need something to brighten your day, remember this happy occasion and the feeling of love that radiates from this senior class. Although it is sad to part with many of the friends, classmates, and teachers that have been such a concrete piece of our everyday lives, wherever you are heading, you will find just as many new faces. Look for the best in people you meet, and you will always be surrounded by friends. And now, as one final gesture of farewell, Andrew Lyons, would you please start the wave? Thank you, class of 2007. Peace, I'm out of here!
It's now my pleasure to introduce Morgan Finkel, the salutatorian of the class. Morgan.
A great American photographer named Dorothea Lange once said, "Photography takes an instant out of time, altering life by holding it still." I'm so fortunate to have thousands of pictures so that I can always remember my days at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School. Anyone who knows me well can attest to the fact that I bring my camera everywhere and take pictures nonstop, sometimes annoyingly making people pose or just capturing candids. One of my favorite things to do is look at old photographs with friends and reminisce about the past times we've spent together. I hope that I have documented all of our good times so that they will always remain close at heart. Photographs allow you to witness growth and change, and together we have grown up and watched each other mature into the adults we are today. We form friendships that have allowed us to learn about ourselves and recognize what is truly important in life. We've taught each other so much about love and compassion and what true friends are really for. Our shared experiences will bond us together no matter where life takes us or which road we decide to follow. Starting back at freshman orientation and leading all the way up to this commencement day, high school has been a place of comfort. We were surrounded by a tight support system composed of family, friends, and faculty. When some people look back at our class, they may picture us as the iPod, internet, Facebook, and cell phone generation. Others may say that our generation is apathetic or lazy, but we've definitely proven them wrong in multiple ways. As I look back at my photos of my experiences in high school, I see us setting records on the fields, acting in an award-winning play, reinvigorating and creating new spiffy events, playing in a first-rate band, and giving back to the community from all different directions. And on top of it all, we've balanced all these things with outstanding academic achievement. I would like to thank my teachers, Dr. Heisey, and the rest of the administration. You've taught me so much, both inside and out of the classroom. I also don't know many principals or vice principals who'd be cool enough to let us dump ice water over their heads, so thanks for that, Dr. Heisey and Mr. Braun. I definitely caught some great pictures of that. I would also like to thank my two sisters for being my best friends and my parents for their constant love and support. You've taught me more about life than anyone could have taught me in the classroom. I don't know what I'm going to do next year without you guys to literally pull me out of bed every morning. A famous actress once said, "A photograph can be an instant of life, captured for eternity, that will never cease looking back at you." So as we leave Spiffy High, I hope that your memories will be captured for eternity and help you always remember where you came from. I know that the friends I have made here will last throughout my lifetime, and that no matter how many miles separate us, our bonds will keep us close. You've left footprints on my heart that I'll take with me everywhere I go. How lucky I am to have people who are going to make saying goodbye so difficult. We will all be going our separate ways, but Scotch Plains and family will always be our true home. As our years at Spiffy High come to an end and we look back and say goodbye, we must also look to the future. I know that our years here have prepared us for great things, and I can't wait to come back to our future reunions and hear about the amazing marks that the class of 2007 will have left on the world. I hope that your photo album of life has been filled with great memories of Spiffy High and will continue to be filled with snapshots of great accomplishments, fulfilling experiences, friends, family, love, and happiness. May this day be the first of many successes. So party hard, class of 2007, because you deserve it. And if you guys could just get together so I could take one last picture, that'd be awesome. Smile. And I'll try to tag you guys all on Facebook, but thank you.
So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley.
In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but as I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold.
You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley.
You can tell the sun in his jealous sky.
When we walked in fields of gold, when we walked in fields of gold, walked in fields of
I would now like to introduce the President of the Board of Education, Mr. Trip Whitehouse.
Good evening. Welcome, Board of Education members, faculty, administration, family and friends, and our graduating class of 2007. During your years at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, you have made us very proud. Collectively, you have brought home many championships and awards. In athletics, your numbers include conference, county, and state championships. Individually, some of you have achieved all-county, all-state, and all-American status. In our arts, you too have been honored as champions, be it in choral recognition, all-state band honors, or being recognized as rising stars. On stage these past years, you've entertained us and shown us Manhattan, both the West Side and 42nd Street. You've taken us to the French Revolution, and you've shared it with us a fairy tale of a princess and a pea. Through our service clubs, you've been recognized as statesmen and for your literary skills. You've given time for charities, and during your high school years have raised over $400,000 to fight cancer. All this while you're still in your teens. As I reflected on what I'd like to share with you this evening, I decided that an important message would be that you should not be afraid to fail. From the list of accomplishments that I've already mentioned, you as a group have had many successes. You've set a goal, and with hard work and talent, in most cases, you've achieved that goal. I'd like to take a minute to share with you some things that did not go as originally planned. Back in 1928, Alexander Fleming was researching the flu. One of the petri dishes he was using became contaminated with mold. What Fleming saw was, in this dish, the Staphylococcus bug was being killed. Although not what he intended, penicillin was discovered. Back in 1953, Patsy Sherman was trying to develop a rubber material that didn't deteriorate when it came in contact with aircraft fuel. The compound spilled on her new shoes. As time wore on, her shoes became dirty, except where the compound was splashed on them. Although she was not able to perfect the rubber and fuel problem, we now use that compound in a variety of ways. We know it as Scotchgard. A few years later, an engineer named Wilson Greatbatch was working on a way to record heart sounds. Reaching for a 10,000 ohm resistor, he grabbed one that was 100 times as strong. Oops, big mistake. The circuit cycle was a brief pulse followed by 1 second of silence. It didn't work for checking heart sounds, but it did replicate the beating heart. This simple device, the pacemaker, has saved thousands of lives. Finally, back in 1970, Spencer Silver was working on developing a strong adhesive. He just couldn't get it. The adhesive was weaker than what was already available. It stuck, but it easily unstuck. He thought he had failed. Luckily, Spencer was a member of his church choir. When a colleague kept losing his place in his hymn book, Spencer had the answer. Using his adhesive on scraps of paper, that did the trick. And from what I understand from this class, you have some familiarity with his discovery. Post-it notes. Were these folks failures? Were they lucky? In each case, their original intent went awry, but they were able to adapt and adjust, and ultimately they were successful. Remember, luck favors the prepared mind. So I say to you, class of 2007, as you leave us to begin the next journey in your lives, set your goals, whether it be to edit that business draft, hit a curveball, march in perfect step, hit that elusive high note, or yes, even write an inspiring speech. Work hard and be prepared for the unexpected. If you do that, there's nothing that will hold you back. Thank you, good luck, and congratulations.
It's now my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Margaret Hayes.
Thank you very much. One of the greatest joys of being a superintendent of schools is the privilege of sharing in celebrations that mark milestones in our students' lives. This past week, I have shared in the celebrations of learning in our elementary and middle schools. I've been moved as parents with teary eyes watch video slideshows of their youngsters from their first days of kindergarten through to their 4th grade field days. I've been impressed as middle school class leaders proudly recounted the shared experiences that brought a collection of diverse individuals together as a class. And tonight is the culmination, as I have the privilege of celebrating the graduation of the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School class of 2007. Graduation is a time of looking back and looking forward. We celebrate the accomplishments of our students even as we speak of our hopes for their bright futures. Yearbooks capture the history of 4 years that, looking back, went far too fast. Your yearbook, The Coleman, encapsulates reflections of working hard and playing hard, challenges and accomplishments, laughter and tears, shared memories that will last a lifetime. Parents, I'd like you to remember back to the years of 1988 and 1989, when our current senior class was born. As you were welcoming a new child into the world, President Ronald Reagan's 8 years in office were drawing to a close, and the first President Bush began leading our country. The Berlin Wall came down. The long-running television shows Seinfeld and The Simpsons were premiering, and the films The Little Mermaid and Field of Dreams were released in theaters. As the class of 2007 moved through our elementary schools during the 90s, significant changes were transforming our world. The first mammal was successfully cloned in Scotland as Dolly the sheep was born. NASA's spacecraft Pathfinder landed on Mars and deployed a small roving vehicle, Sojourner. Genetically engineered crops were developed for commercial use. Global positioning devices became fully operational. Personal computers took hold. Cell phones replaced pagers. DVD media format was developed. The World Wide Web was created, and in rapid succession, cable modems and DSL facilitated faster connections to the internet. As we got past the Y2K jitters, moving into the new millennium, the class of 2000 transitioned to middle school and then on to high school. During these years, they have continued to witness changes at a rapid rate. Dennis Tito, an American citizen, paid Russia $20 million for a week-long stay at the International Space Station. The Voyager 1 space probe entered our solar system's final frontier. Emerging technology, wireless networks, iPods and digital cameras, hybrid vehicles, telerobotics, applications in medicine, have all influenced how we work, play, travel, and maintain our health. In 1996, when you were in the first grade, my grandfather, Olaf, was celebrating his 100th birthday. Born in 1896 at the end of the 19th century, Grandpa Olaf lived until he was almost 105, a lifetime that spanned the entire 20th century and brought him into the 21st century. Grandpa was 7 years old when the Wright brothers first flew in 1903, and amazingly, he lived to see space shuttles flying from Earth to a manned station and back. As a young boy, could he have ever dreamed of these changes? So what will be the keys to succeeding in a future where this dizzying rate of change will certainly continue? Daniel Pink, in his book, A Whole New Mind, suggests that the last few decades have belonged to a certain kind of person with a certain kind of mind. Computer programmers who could crank code, lawyers who could craft contracts, MBAs who could crunch numbers. But he proposes the keys to the kingdom are changing hands. The future belongs to a very different kind of person with a different kind of mind. Creators and empathizers, pattern recognizers, and meaning makers. He concludes that these people, the artists, inventors, designers, storytellers, caregivers, consolers, big picture thinkers, will now reap society's richest rewards. We trust that you, our graduating seniors, are off to a great start, and that you will continue to build on the strengths and talents that you have developed at Spiffy High. It is not unthinkable that some of you may live to embrace the next millennium. As you ponder this, I ask, what changes are you dreaming of? Consider the words of the Nobel Prize-winning writer Anatole France. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. The future awaits. May your wishes all come true. Mr. Whitehouse and members of the Board of Education, I certify that the 370 seniors receiving their diplomas here this evening have met all of the requirements as dictated by the statutes of the state of New Jersey and the policies and bylaws of the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Board of Education. Dr. Heisey and members of the Board of Education, I am proud to present to you the Scotch Plains-Fanwood High School class of 2007. Graduates, please stand and be recognized by the board.
The first diploma this evening goes to the president of the class of 2007, Diana Nicole Chavez.
Thomas Michael Pinella. John Dennis Nelson Stamler. Morgan Alexa Finkel. Karina Ann Demare. Yearshot Ahadi. Kristen Catherine Barry. Martine Baruch. Andrew R. Hagan. Hewan Han. Kirsten Ann Mandala. Sarah Marable. Portia Julia Price. Allison Paige Rome. Andre Lamar Smith. Allison Gail Tienko. Long B. Trin. Jessica Abrantes. John Aceto. Michael Adamchek. Lauren Adams. Matthew Adams. William Rashad Adkins III. Jeremy Antoine. Kimberly Appizato. Ann Arison. Meredith Ivy Arlington. Keisha O. Asante. Lauren Alward. Joseph N. Bocci. John Badalla. Adriana C. Bagley. Allison Christine Bear. Samantha Bamberger. Brittany Heather Barnett. Jason B. Barthay. Victoria L. Bauman. Gregory Bayard. David the Ghost Belford. Samantha C. Bendick. Courtney E. Berger. Gabrielle A. Berman. Sham Bojani. Joseph Bianco III. Jonathan Peter Birnbaum. Alyssa Byron. Peter Nicholas Bistis. Michael Blaze. Lisa Bloom. Amanda Lauren Bobyak. Joel M. Borum. Sarah Ann Baruch. Devin V. Bowens. Lisette Bradley. Gregory Brand. Alexander Bromley. Jesse Brooks. Allison Brown. Justin Bryant. Megan Elizabeth Buckland. Daikia S. Burke. Catherine Ann Burrow. Samantha S. Butis. Megan A. Cadigan. Joseph Campanero. Colin J. Campbell. Natalie Capocha. Samantha A. Caro. Kathleen C. Carr. Kiwana Casey. Anna Margarita Castillo. Ashley Louise Castore. Mehmet Michael Sajovic. Natasha Melanie Celius. Chelsea Catherine Centenaro. Leslie Chacon. Colin C. Chan. Michelle W. Chan. Kyle N. Chase. Nikolai Ishan Chowdhury. Andrew E. Cohen. Daniel Colligan. Austin Conley. Marissa Gail Crawford. Olivia Trisha Cummings. Pasquale Savedovich. Erin K. Daly. Patrick J. D'Amico. Grant Ryan Darwin.
Elizabeth J. Day. Carlo Angelo de Guzman. Christina A. DeFeo. Jenna L. Deladon. David DeNicolo. Amanda Lee Denman. Laurel Devlin. Patricia Donraj. Ariel DeGiorgio. An Din. Chelsea Lynn Donnelly. Darnell Ali Dorch. Nicholas Michael Duke. Mariana E. Dvorak. Lauren Ashley Edwards. Sherilyn M. Elmer. Jessica Sela Estriplet. Hey. Linda Evans. Ashley Famularo. Samantha Kate Fishman. Matthew B. Flood. Daniel J. Foley. Darlene Emma Forna. Devin A. Foskey. Kelly E. Frazee. Stephanie Freitas. Douglas Robert Freitag. Christina Aaliyah Friday. Kirsten S. Fuller. Daisy Hoisan Fung. Brittany Marie Fusillo. Jennifer Ann Gagliotti. Salvatore Francesco Gano. Alexandra Lee Garber. Jennifer Lynn Gardella. Nafisa S. Gary. Samantha K. Gates. Jason J. Jamboy. Brianna Giasulo. Damian Ryan Gibbs. Matthew P. Geigel. Shanique Yasmin Gilmore. Genevieve D. Gilroy. Michael Goland. Evan M. Goldsmith. Raquel Gonzalez. Mitchell Ryan Gorbanoff. Hillary Graffox. Erica Grasso. Kyle D. Grizzard.
All right, Kyle.
Christina Maria Gibas. Johnny A. Gutierrez. Kyle R. Halloran. Elizabeth A. Halpin. Alexandra Hamilton.
Hey, Hamilton.
Dana Hankin.
All right, Dana.
Jai Dior Hawkins. Ibrahim R. Helm. Marcus J. Hill Jr. Deandra Amber Hillard. Nardina D. Howerton. Allison Hoynes O'Connor. Matthew E. Huther. Nicole Denise Hunt. Magda Joyce Isaac. Ashley Ann Jacoby. Stephen D. Jacobus. Justin A. Jason. Austin Jefferson. Abigail Elizabeth Jenkins. Brett Jones. Joshua Jones. Maxwell H. Jones. Kristen A. Joy. Catherine F. Kaiserman. Victoria K. Camus. Brittany Kane. Michael Jacob Katz. Eric Kaufman. James J. Kavinsky. Rhiannon Kavidi. Matthew Kelk. James Khalil. Jessica K. Khan. Harshit Khurana. Shirley Kim. Nicole Marie Kitts. Melissa Ann Cleash. David J. Koploff. Maggie Rose Kosiolik. Alexander R. Kuhn. Colleen M. LaForge. Christopher S. Lacko. Matthew J. Lamastra. All right. Kimberly Lamore.
There you go. Thank you. Stephen Lamore. Brittany K. Larkin. Catherine Rose Lorcella. Joseph Thomas Law. Harry George Levitt. Ho Young Lee. Hun Jae Lee. Ryan Anthony Laments. Rachel Levy. Jessica Ray Lieberman. Joseph P. Lobrace. Daniel J. Long. Jacqueline Sarah Lopez. Samantha Losciavo. Brooke Noel Lubin. Michael B. Lubinsky. Christopher J. Luby. Jillian Alyssa Lusk. Andrew Lyons. Stephen A. Macchia. Catherine Magalise. Kelly Rose Mahoney. Lauren Maines. Casey Lynn Makeley. Nicole M. Makeley. Amanda Lee Mikowski. Emily I. Mankoff. Simone Beth March. Alexander De Jesus Marchena. Valmira Mark. Stacy Allison Marr. Mary Alice Marsan. Laura Ann Marvelli. Christopher McCabe. Courtney Lee McCoy. Patrick J. McGinnis. Robert Dallas Thompson McManigal IV. Brennan John McTiernan Jr. Rebecca Mead. Brian H. Meredith. Joshua Michael Merrer. Lauren Dean Messina. Julie Ellen Muir. Haley Natasha Middleton. Magda Natalia Mirjayevska. Screwed up on the easy name. Matthew G. Miller. Michael James Miller. John Minio. Patrick J. Minio. Kimberly Lynn Molnar. Stacy Ann Morales. Nikki Moses. Colin A. Moynihan. Haley Morozek. Michael Muller. Brent G. Moyo. Kamira N. Murky. Jillian Rose Murphy. Alan H. Nasiri. Zoe Nelson. Sophie Alice Newhouse. Daniel Fernando Nieto. Richard B. Nix. Martin Jiroge. Talia Rivka Nudell. Joshua Nussenfeld. Erin E. O'Connor. William Oliver. Richard Olson. Anthony Osterman. Crystal Latoya Palmore. Jonathan David Parisi. Heather Lynn Pasco. Tiffany Lee Pasco. Pooja Patel. Kayla Marie Payne. Michael Petavillano. Miguel Luis Flores Polino. Vesper Pena. Adam Alexander Perez. Christopher R. Flom. Jeffrey Michael Pober. Christopher J. Paulhamus. Lindsay Helena Port. Daniel Fernando Chiano. Agnieszka Radoszewska. Christopher Rao. Jessica Shelby Reddington. David F. Regal. David Regg. William Renfrey. Anthony James Rickey. Ann Patricia Rivera. Liana M. Rivera. Christopher C. Rizzo.
Peter Joseph Robinson Jr. Christopher Rodriguez. Heather Vanessa Rodriguez. Janae Rogers. Alexandra Ann Ruiz. Alana Alessandra Rosado. Aida Ada Roshansky. Andrea Susan Roscoe. Kyle R. Robotham. We good? Maytal Rosenberg. Melissa S. Rupnarain. Alexander Russo. Niklas O. Riskasen. James J. Saka. Thomas J. Sachs II. Lucas Matthew Syens Diviteri. Timothy E. Salisbury. Alexandra Santangelo. Stephanie Marie Santiago. Barry Anthony Saunders II. Mary Catherine Schiller. Elisa Schenk. Lauren Melissa Scholar. Travis Michael Schwartz. Barry Diana Schwartz. Alexander Scialdoni. Robert Joseph Skibeck. Sean Scott. Deirdre M. Scully. Aaron Seaman. Alexandra Nicole Cebaleo. James Earl Sensor.
Tell us his birthday today.
Happy birthday. Danielle Lee Seppi. Raymond K. Cito. Ryan Sharkey. Michael W. Sherman. Amanda P. Shukla. Zachary R. Silk. Derek Simmons Jr. Brittany Squirt. Angela Marie Smith.
Angela!
Michael R. Smolinski. David Maxwell Solomon. Paul Tyler Southwick. James P. Spaeth. Toby Daniel Spiro. Lauren Michelle Spirko. Catherine Stamler. Ian W. Starker.
Ian.
Maja Olivia Steele. Grover Sundstrom. Megan Kathleen Swick. Stacy Eileen Tangway. Marsalis W. Taylor. Alicia Nicole Terry. Kiara Elizabeth Thomas. Christopher L. Thompson. Anthony Vale. Danielle Mary Vina. Jesse Vions. Vincent Vicari. Erin Kelly Volker. Stephen Michael Walden. Eric R. Wasserman. Kenneth J. Wasserman. Lashani Sarah Watson. Jane Valentine Weber. Lauren Claire Weisbrod. Kimberly A. Wellinger. Stephen Joseph Wenson. Jaron Tyrell Whitfield. Shannon Elizabeth Wildstein. Ariana Nicole Williams. Brittany Nicole Williams. Nina Williams. Tisha Marie Williams. Matthew Wolf. Tiffany Wong. Lauren C. Wright. Nicholas Gonzalez. Michael Zamzam. Allison Marie Zazali. Lee Zablekis. Jason Zalesnik. Janice Joe. Caleb Zimmerman. Jennifer E. Zimmerman. And Farris Gump.
Thank you.
The president of the class of 2007, Diana Chavez.
Many of us have been waiting for this day since third marking period, day one, if not before. Well, here it is. Today marks the completion of our academic careers in the Scotch Plains Fanwood school system. Most of us have been here all our lives, from the trouble-free times of elementary school, through the awkward years of middle school, to our final days at the high school. SPF has laid the groundwork for the real beginning of our lives. Many of us will go on to be Huskies, Terrapins, and Scarlet Knights. But underneath, we know we will always be Raiders. The people we have known here have changed our lives whether we know it yet or not. We won't forget the funny guy in the back of the class who always seemed to spice up the dullest of days, the smart kid who got 100 on every test, whose picture we know we'll see on the cover of Time magazine someday. The girl who was usually quiet, but once we spoke to her was one of the most interesting people we'll know. And the guy who maybe talked a little too much for his own good. You know who you are. But whom we love anyway. Over the last month or so, we've participated in some very timely, hardcore bonding, what with senior prom and the days that followed. The senior picnic and social, and all this yearbook signing that has probably left us with early signs of arthritis. We each have people with whom we want to keep in touch, and some people to whom we are about to say our final goodbyes. But we've grown from the connections we've made here. Everything that we have learned through personal experience thus far, we will take with us to wherever we are headed next year and in our later lives. I've been privileged to be a part of the Scotch Plains-Fanwood High School class of 2007, to have known some of the brightest, most athletic, most talented, hardest working, funniest, and kindest people of our generation. And I want to personally wish everyone all the best in their future ambitions, and thank you for making high school a truly amazing experience. Will the class of 2007 please rise? And now, by the power invested in me by all of you, I pronounce the class of 2007 alumni of Scotch Plains-Fanwood High School.